We spend 1/3 of our lives doing it. 25 years. Unconscious, paralyzed, vulnerable. We are told that sleep is rest. We think of it as a time when the body shuts down, like a car parked in a garage. But biologically, this is a lie. When you close your eyes, your body does not shut down. It shifts gears. It enters a high-performance maintenance mode that is more active and more critical than when you are awake. Specifically, your brain begins a process that is pure engineering genius. You see, every cell in your body produces waste. It is the byproduct of being alive. It is metabolic ash. For the rest of your body, this waste is cleared by the lymphatic system. It is a network of tubes that drains the toxins into your blood to be filtered by the kidneys. But the brain, the most important organ you have, does not have lymphatic vessels. It is locked inside a hard skull. There is no room for extra pipes. So, for decades, scientists wondered, how does the brain take out the trash? Does it just sit in its own filth? If it did, the neurons would die within days. The answer was only discovered recently, and it changes everything about how we understand Alzheimer's and dementia. The brain has a hidden plumbing system. It is called the glymphatic system. Glia for the brain cells, and lymphatic for the drainage. Here is how it works. During the day, your brain cells are swollen. They are tightly packed together, processing information, thinking, remembering. But when you fall into deep sleep, something miraculous happens. The brain cells shrink. They lose 60% of their volume. Spaces open up between the neurons. And then a clear fluid called cerebrospinal fluid, the CSF, rushes in like a tidal wave. It washes through the brain tissue at high speed. It scrubs the spaces between the cells. It picks up the metabolic waste, specifically a sticky protein called beta amyloid, and flushes it down the drain into the veins of the neck. Think of it like a dishwasher. During the day, you load the dirty plates. At night, the jets turn on and blast the grime away. But here's the terrifying part. This dishwasher only works if the pipes are open. It relies on hydraulic pressure. It relies on gravity, and it relies on blood flow. If you sleep in the wrong position, if you kink the hose, or if you force the pump to work against gravity, the pressure drops. The fluid cannot rush in. The wave is weak. The dishes do not get cleaned. The beta amyloid plaque stays on the neurons. It accumulates. Night after night, year after year, this sticky plaque builds up, it hardens, and eventually it strangles the neurons. We call this Alzheimer's disease. So the brain fog you feel in the morning, that heaviness behind your eyes, that is not just bad sleep. That is a dirty brain. That is toxic residue that wasn't flushed because your hydraulics failed. And the primary cause of this failure is the physical shape of your body in the bed. Most seniors are making a critical anatomical mistake the moment they lie down. They are compressing the largest vein in the body and blocking the exit door for the toxins. We need to talk about the Vena Cava, and we need to talk about why sleeping on your right side might be slowly suffocating your brain. Slowly suffocating your brain. To understand the Vena Cava mistake, you have to visualize the inside of your torso. Your heart is not in the center of your chest. It is slightly to the left. And because of this asymmetry, the major pipes that carry blood in and out of the heart are also asymmetrical. There are two main highways. The aorta, which carries fresh, oxygenated blood out of the heart, curves to the left. The inferior vena cava, which carries the used deoxygenated blood back to the heart, runs down the right side of your spine. The vena cava is a massive vein. It is the main drain pipe for your entire lower body.
It carries all the blood from your legs, your liver, and your kidneys back to the pump. But unlike arteries, veins have very thin walls. They are soft. They are easily compressed. Think of the aorta as a stiff garden hose and the vena cava as a soft fire hose. Now, imagine you are 80 years old. Your circulation is already slower. Your heart is already weaker. You lie down in bed and you roll onto your right side. What happens? Gravity takes over. The weight of your internal organs, specifically the liver, which is a heavy 3-pound organ located on your right side, shifts. It presses down directly onto the soft vena cava. You are effectively stepping on the fire hose. The blood trying to return to the heart hits a bottleneck. The flow slows down. The pressure builds up in the legs and the abdomen. But the heart, the pump, is now starving for return blood. It pumps, but the chamber isn't filling up fast enough, so it has to work harder. It has to beat faster to maintain pressure. Instead of resting, your heart is running a marathon all night long, trying to suck blood through a pinched straw. This is why many people wake up with swollen ankles or numb legs. The return flow was blocked for 8 hours. Now, let's flip the scenario. Let's say you roll onto your left side. Because the vena cava is on the right, when you lie on your left, the heavy organs, like the liver, fall away from the vein. The hose is unkinked. It is wide open. Gravity actually helps drain the blood from the vena cava back into the heart. The return flow is effortless. The heart doesn't have to struggle. It can slow down. It can enter a true state of rest. And there is a bonus benefit for the brain. Remember the glymphatic system, the dishwasher? Studies published in the Journal of Neuroscience have suggested that glymphatic transport is most efficient in the lateral position, specifically favoring the left side for systemic circulation. When the heart pumps efficiently, the hydraulic pressure needed to wash the brain is maintained. If the heart is struggling against a blocked vena cava, the brain flush is compromised. But the right side mistake is only half the problem. There is another mistake that is even more common, the mistake of sleeping flat. We have been sold the idea that we should sleep horizontally, like a plank. But biologically, looking at the design of our stomach and our skull, sleeping flat is a recipe for chemical erosion. We need to talk about the acid that creeps up in the dark and the pressure that builds inside your skull when you lay your head level with your heart. Let's examine the horizontal trap.
Examine the horizontal trap. If you look at a hospital bed, it is almost never flat. The patient is always slightly elevated. Doctors know something that the mattress industry doesn't tell you. The human body was not designed to sleep at 0 degrees, perfectly parallel to the floor. When you lie completely flat, you are removing the one force that keeps your biology organized, gravity. And without gravity, things start to flow in the wrong direction. First, let's look at your stomach. Your stomach is a bag of hydrochloric acid. Between your stomach and your throat, there is a valve called the lower esophageal sphincter. When you are young, this valve is tight. It seals the acid in. But as you age, the muscle tone of this valve weakens. It becomes floppy. It stays slightly open. Now imagine a water bottle without a cap. If you stand it up, the liquid stays at the bottom. But if you lay it on its side, the liquid spills out. This is exactly what happens when you sleep flat. The acid leaks out of the stomach, creeps up the esophagus, and pools in the back of your throat. You might not feel heartburn. You might not wake up in pain. This is called silent reflux. The acid is slowly burning your vocal cords, and worse, microscopic droplets are being inhaled into your lungs. This is microaspiration. It is a leading cause of chronic cough, pneumonia, and lung damage in seniors. And every time the acid hits your throat, your brain registers a threat.
It pulls you out of deep sleep into light sleep. You don't wake up fully, but you lose the cleaning cycle we talked about. Second, there is the issue of intracranial pressure. Fluids seek equilibrium. Water finds its level. When your head is on the same level as your heart, blood volume shifts towards your head. The pressure inside your skull increases slightly. It creates a back pressure against the drainage system. Remember the glymphatic system washing out the toxins? It works best when it is flowing downhill. If the pressure in the skull is too high, the flow stagnates. Instead of a rushing river cleaning the neurons, you get a stagnant swamp. The toxins linger. The eyes get puffy. The face gets swollen. This is the puffy face of the morning. It is fluid retention caused by lack of gravity. So how do we fix this? Do we buy a bigger pillow? No, this is the most dangerous mistake of all. If you stack 2 pillows under your head, you are not elevating your body. You are kinking your neck. You are blocking the windpipe, causing apnea, and you're pinching the jugular veins, blocking the drainage even worse. The solution is not to bend the neck. The solution is to tilt the terrain. We need a gentle, straight slope for the entire upper body. We need the golden angle, 15 to 30 degrees of elevation. This is the engineering fix that uses gravity to keep the acid down and pull the toxins out of the brain. It is time to build the protocol. Let's assemble the checklist for the perfect biological sleep.
Checklist for the perfect biological sleep. We have identified the 3 mechanical failures: the kink toes, right side, the acid spill, flat position, the stagnant drain, lack of gravity. Now let's turn this into an actionable protocol. This is not about buying a new mattress. This is about geometry. Step 1. The elevation. You need to lift your torso, not just your head. If you have an adjustable bed frame, set the head to elevate between 15 and 30 degrees. If you don't, and most of us don't, do not use extra pillows. Buy a foam wedge pillow. It is a triangle of firm foam that goes under your regular pillow or under the mattress itself. It creates a gentle ramp from your hips to your head. This gravity assist keeps the stomach acid in the tank and creates a downhill slope for the venous drainage from your brain. You will wake up with clearer sinuses, less puffiness, and 0 heartburn. Step 2. The left turn. Train yourself to start the night on your left side. This unloads the liver from the vena cava. It aligns the stomach so the pouch hangs lower than the esophagus, trapping the acid naturally. It allows the heart to pump downhill into the aorta. If you have trouble staying on your side, place a firm pillow behind your back. It acts as a bumper to stop you from rolling onto your back or your right side during deep sleep. Note, if you have diagnosed congestive heart failure, check with your cardiologist, as some specific conditions prefer the right side, but for 90% of the aging population, left is best. Step 3. The last intake. The dishwasher cycle cannot run if the stomach is churning food. When you eat late, blood flow is diverted from the brain to the gut. The glymphatic system waits. It cannot start the cleaning cycle until digestion is done. If you eat at 9 p.m. and sleep at 10 p.m., you lose the first 3 hours of brain cleaning. You are sleeping, but you are not detoxing. The rule is hard but necessary. 3 hours of fasting before horizontal. Finish dinner by 7 p.m., water only after that. Step 4. The temperature drop. The brain needs to cool down by about 2 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate the deep cleaning cycle.
A hot room blocks this process. Set the thermostat to 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 Celsius, or take a warm bath an hour before bed. It sounds contradictory, but when you get out of a warm bath, your body rapidly dumps heat to cool down. This sudden temperature drop is the biological trigger for melatonin release. The conclusion: sleep is not a luxury. It is a neurological sanitation shift. Every night you ignore these mechanics, you are allowing a layer of toxic plaque to harden on your memories. You are forcing your heart to fight a losing battle against gravity. But the fix is simple. Unkink the hose, tilt the terrain, clear the pipes. Give your body the physics it needs to heal. Don't just go to sleep. Engineer your rest and protect the machine that carries you. I am your senior doctor. Sleep well on your left, and I will see you in the next investigation.